Deep within the realm of Lorcana lies the Great Illuminary, a mystical structure containing knowledge, secrets, and many artifacts of lore.
One of these is the Hexwell Crown, an item of immense and dangerous power. This power makes it a target for the most ambitious and dangerous figures in Lorcana.
As a result, it served as a critical piece of Lorcana's unfolding story. When the ink flood swept through the Illuminary, it set into motion a tale of villainy, heroism, and betrayal.
In Lorcana's Rise of the Floodborn, Illumineer Martin uncovered a hidden chamber within the Illuminary. There, amidst an eerie silence, he found a lore book unlike any other, sealed by a musical lock. Intrigued, Martin played his guitar to unseal it, unaware that his actions would release Ursula, the Sea Witch.
Her escape triggered a flood of magical ink which swept through the Illuminary. As the ink surged, it carried countless treasures out into the Inklands, including Triton's trident and, presumably, the Hexwell Crown. Ursula, the mad sea witch, now free from her lorebook prison, wastes no time in crafting a plan to take control of the world from which she has so recently been locked away. Her ambitions center on locating two powerful artifacts, the Hexwell Crown and Triton's trident. She had her sights set on ruling all of Lorcana and believed that these relics held the key.
Her scheming begins in earnest, with every move calculated to gather the tools she needs for domination. But Ursula Sea Witch didn't scheme alone. She proposes an arrangement with another Ursula Glimmer, Deceiver of All. But it seems like from the art in Ursula's plan that one Glimmer had the crown while the other had the trident. Perhaps the arrangement meant that they would join forces to bring the items together and rule as a pair.
With both the crown and the trident, together we would be unstoppable.
But Ursula, knowing her own devious nature, made sure to secure the agreement in writing.
I would love to help you, of course. But there's the little matter of the contract.
This deal binds the Ursulas together. However, the alliance was not long-lasting. Mad Sea Witch appears to be the one to break the arrangement. What the betrayal is, we're not sure, but it leads Deceiver of All to lunge for the crown and flee. With Deceiver of All in flight, Ursula Mad Sea Witch sends her minion Flotsam in pursuit.
After her, Flotsam! I can't rule Lorcana without the Hexwell Crown!
It doesn't take Flotsam long to return the crown to Mad Sea Witch. We see this scene play out in Flotsam, Ursula's baby.
Now the crown and the trident are mine!
Upon securing the crown and with the trident already in hand, Mad Sea Witch has what she's been looking for. With these items, she transforms into Ursula, Sea Witch Queen.
So, at this point, we have to explore what the crown actually does. The Hexwell Crown, like the trident, has some powers of its own. When Ursula placed the crown on her head, she felt a rush of power as it unlocked a deeper magic. Unfortunately, what that power is unclear. But it does seem to amplify Ursula's powers, including, presumably, her ability to entangle other glimmers. In the game, the crown exerts to draw a card, indicating that it gives the bearer quicker access to their abilities. So it's a powerful item on its own, but extra powerful in the hands of those with their own magic.
So now, wielding both the Hexwell Crown and Triton's trident, Ursula Sea Witch Queen stands poised to dominate the world of Lorcana. But a group of heroes stands in her way. Illumineers Martin, Shanzay, and Venturo band together with various glimmers to battle the Sea Witch Queen.
We're gonna put Ursula in a fish tank so small, she'll spend the next 100 years looking at her own tentacles.
This struggle is represented in the special set Illumineers Quest Deep Trouble, where players step into the role of the Illumineers, facing off against Ursula to stop her from consolidating her power. The Hexwell Crown card appears in Ursula's villain deck, representing the artifact's role in amplifying her strength. Fortunately for us, the Illumineers prevail and Ursula is vanquished. After her defeat, the Illumineers and their glimmers take stock and make a shocking discovery. There, in the mud, sits half the Hexwell Crown. Ariel tugs it free from the muck. Noticing that the crown, though broken, still has some power, the Illumineers aim to secure it back in the Illuminary. But the other half of the crown is nowhere to be found. Shanzay points out that they cannot presume it isn't out there.
It's too much of a risk. We've all seen what that thing can do. If there's any more of the crown out here, we need to find it. Let's go.
The Illumineers secure the crown in the Illuminary. Ventura reinforces its protective sphere with advanced security measures, including motion-sensing drones. Shanzay assigns 2 glimmers to guard the artifact, Sleepy, who is guaranteed to stay at his post, and Kronk, who provides much-needed muscle. And Shanzay's fears about the crown's dangers proved warranted, as its dark and mysterious powers quickly tempted another villain. Following Ursula's defeat, there's a huge celebration both inside and outside the Illuminary. But while many were celebrating, Jafar was scheming, enacting a plan to claim the crown for himself. But to find it, he needed some help. He needed someone clever and someone sneaky. Luckily for him, the perfect glimmer is right at hand, and he already knows about the crown's return to the Illuminary. Shortly after it was secured by the Illumineers, Basil of Baker Street, while wandering the halls, stumbled upon some shards of the broken crown.
I say, a piece of the Hexwell Crown?
A neat discovery, but unfortunately for Basil, it attracted Jafar's attention. The sorcerer surprises Basil from the shadows of an empty room and uses his hypnosis powers on the mouse.
The Hexwell Crown. You have a piece of it. Show me.
Suddenly, Basil felt a strong desire to find the broken crown.
A security device. Easily defeated, of course. Once I make room for the crown, I can bring it to him.
Basil succeeds in evading the guards and taking down the security measures, and Jafar takes the broken crown. But having it only reinforces his desire for the other half, craving the power the whole crown would give him.
The broken crown's power is formidable, but not enough. With both halves of the Hexwell Crown, I could rule all of Lorcana.
Unfortunately for Basil, Jafar isn't ready to let him go, having another task for him outside the Illuminary.
I see the other half in the Inklings. Quick, my tiny companion, fetch me that crown.
After some searching, the Great Mouse Detective finds some clues as to where it's gone. We see this scene in Basil, Hypnotized Mouse.
Footprints from a large owl with droplets of water. Clearly some avian menace has crossed the Azurite Sea and absconded with the crown.
This discovery likely sets Jafar on a determined quest to locate the owl and the crown fragment it holds. But Jafar seldom does his own dirty work. He compels the aid of another glimmer, hypnotizing Yokai and forcing him to venture across the Azurite Sea in search of it.
Whoever hypnotized him forced him to arrange the microbots to form a seaworthy vessel. He heard in his mind a simple directive.
Find the other half of the crown.
Meanwhile, the Illumineers embark on their own dangerous journey across the Azurite Sea to find the owl. Whether or not they know of Jafar's schemes and hunt for the crown is unknown, but with both sides racing to Owl Island, the stage is set for another epic confrontation and the next chapter of the Hexwell Crown's story.